Now, I was trying to tell her some important details. What it always comes around to is that they want to give me phone numbers of someone else to call. And sometimes they're real nice about it. Sometimes they know that I realize that, so they're going to try to make some suggestions or say nice things. Here, the lady is, of course, doing that talking over thing, and I understand that. But also, given the call that I had just before this one, you can understand why I'm in a state of crisis. But I can't tell her I'm in a state of crisis over that abuse because she'll send me to a crisis line who only cares if I want to hurt myself or others. They don't care about harm against me. Same thing with this lady. She's the state's general number. This is not okay. See, they don't want to hear any details. Later on, they'll bitch that you didn't give them any details. You got to hear from the last lady. She refused to take any details either. Well, am I going to be asked to tell them, or are they going to talk over it and try to send me to another number? That's exactly what this lady is doing. But we haven't gotten that far yet, have we? See, she's literally not listening. Lynn works for Adult Protective Services. I'm trying to turn in Lynn. She's trying to send me to the right agency. I've been to all the right agencies. I don't have anyone going with me. And as a disabled person, I am supposed to have advocacy. It is supposed to be against the law for these people to do these things to me, the same as it is wrong and illegal to do these things to anyone else. Matter of fact, it is supposed to be more so. They take advantage of the fact that I have physical disabilities, and then they pretend that I don't have physical disabilities. Meanwhile, I get my paycheck because of physical disabilities, and they wanted to have it changed over to mental disabilities because that justifies them not doing their jobs. But it doesn't justify it. So I'm going to tell them, easy. Now, these are all details that I'm going to fill her in on. She's interrupting at the wrong spot to ask the wrong questions because she, just like everyone else, is a pawn service. Straight up, they just pawn you off on someone else. Oh, well, just enough to say it's someone else's job, some other mandated reporter's job. So is she letting me tell her about the abuse? I'm trying to tell her about the abuse. She just wants a yes or no answer. She doesn't want to know that law enforcement broke the law. She doesn't want to know that Northwest Senior and Disability Services broke the law. She doesn't want to hear anything that she will have to do her job as a mandated reporter. It's what happens when I have to make phone calls alone, though. Try to get them to listen. I'm sorry to hear that. She's a mandated reporter. For you guys saying, I'm sorry to hear that, well, that's just bullshit. That doesn't help. That's just space filler. For her, it's a refusal to do her job. I'm trying to turn in Jalen. When I gave you the list of things that they're gonna do other than allow me to tell them what's going on, you get to see the more I get talked over, the more I have communication issues. Now, ultimately, she's gonna start making assumptions about housing and talking about housing over and over and over again. Literally anything but do her job. She wants to pretend that she's a pawn agency, supposed to pawn me off on someone else. No, I'm trying to turn in her at this point. You wanted to make that something about how See, that's the thing, is that she wants to make it my fault. My fault. My fault. That's what she's insinuating by the way that she's wording it. That's the assumption that she's made based on how she is projecting it. No, I didn't turn down housing. I was in housing before Natalie died. I was in assisted living in Nebraska because I have physical disabilities. That's what none of these people are listening to. Yes, I have diagnoses of physical disabilities. And this lady right here wanted to give advice about housing. I don't need advice about housing. There is no housing. I was cheated out of it. That's one of the things I need to turn in. But none of these people will hear any details. Then this lady, of course, the more she does this, the more flustered I am. I'm explaining to her that her assumptions about housing are wrong. That's not the fix for this. That's what people pawn you off on when they don't want to do their jobs as mandated reporters. When the police want to pawn you off, they'll pawn you off on mental health or they'll fucking arrest you. This lady right here, though, what does she do? Starts going off on the housing thing and making inferences that are totally wrong. She did pretty alright until then. I have been. I fucking have been. The problem is that doesn't get the abuse stopped. It doesn't get it turned in. It doesn't get it fucking documented, and I get treated like I made it all the fuck up. You goddamn pieces of shit. See, she's bipping me. You're not listening! In exactly that goddamn tone. Let's back that the fuck up. No, she's not fucking listening. See, she's literally not going to let me speak. She's gonna like every woman is taught to do when she doesn't want to fucking hear it. It's always her turn to talk. She's not the fucking victim. Jesus Christ. then she was up on me. Yeah, God bless the fucking America, right?